Do you see that? Do you notice that? That doesn't look like the best hair, does it? Ladies, welcome to Lifestyle with Isabella. Here we learn to look the best while being our best selves. I just got out of the shower about 15 minutes ago. My hair is very wet. I don't want to dry my hair and then style it. I want the best hair fast. Can the Dyson smoothing brushes give me and give us ladies the best hair fast? The Dyson Airwrap has two smoothing brushes, as you can see. One of the brushes has red markings on the dots of the teeth. This brush gives slightly more volume and bouncier hair, and I like that kind of hair, so I'm going to use this brush. When I curl my hair, I use the lowest heat setting. Now when I use the smoothing brush, I'm going to go to the highest heat setting. So I'm going to brush my hair out with a comb. I never use a brush on my hair. You know from my previous hair tutorial, I don't like to use any styling products on my hair. And because I want to see if this brush can give me the best hair fast, I'm going to time myself. So go. Okay, I'm curious how long it's going to take. I'm going to section my hair. And I'm going to use this kind of brush to hold this in place. So I took this section and then I'm going to part it in two more sections. And brush this out. And I need to make sure I don't lose sight of the camera. So I'm gonna take all this section and turn the Dyson on. And the key is to come very slowly to the end and make sure we do every milliliter out of those ends, that we let them pass through the brush. I'm gonna bring the smearer right here. This is the first section. Now I'm going to do the second section. And again, making sure I let my brush through the hair all the way through the end. Notice that. Because my hair is very frizzy. Notice the picture right here. That's the natural texture of my hair. Okay, now take both sections back and put your hand right here on the back of your head. You're going to feel that the hair there is wet. So take the section, basically the middle section, and run the brush through it. And running again the ends. And I still feel a bit damp here. Okay, now I'm going to part the hair back in two and bring it in the front, and I'm going to let more hair out. Okay, now I'm gonna take this section and I'm going to style it. And I'm going to, now that this section is thicker, So I'm gonna let the brush move through at a slower pace through the hair. And then I'm gonna do the top. Again, I'm gonna let the ends slowly glide through the brush. That's really good. My contacts got blurry. I can't see. You see, I haven't paid attention to these ends and you're just very frizzy. So I have to make sure I let my brush glide through the ends. Okay. Now I'm gonna move to this back section and I'm gonna split this section in two. I'm gonna take this side of the hair, wrap it, and I'm going to use this hair clip to hold it in place, and I'm gonna take this whole section and style it at once. And I also like to run the brush on top of the section because it smooths the hair a little bit better. So basically not just under, but also come on top. And I feel like my hair is just a little bit. Okay, now I'm gonna do this section, 7 minutes 52 seconds. And ladies, I'm on the East Coast right now. It has rained outside for the last 2 days, and right now it's very overcast, so the humidity is very high, which means the hair is even more prone to freeze. Again, let the brush slowly glide through the ends to make sure you're nice and smooth. And run the brush on top of the section as well. Where I see that the hair still feels a little bit damp, or it's not quite as smooth, I just take the brush and run it through my hair. Let's see how the hair feels. Okay, yes, right here in the back, it still feels quite wet, so I'm going to focus right there. It's, yes, because if I don't, when the hair dries, it's going to get very frizzy. See, yes, a little bit. This here, it still feels damp. Whew, it's hot. Okay, I'm gonna brush my hair a little bit. Also, one of the reasons I never use a brush, only use this kind of comb in my hair, I believe this comb helps me with flyaways and with frizzy hair. This still feels wet. Not wet, just a bit damp. So I'm gonna okay. Now we have left is the top section of the hair. And I'm gonna take this 11 minutes 42 seconds. Let's see. I have to make sure I can. Okay, I'm gonna do this way. And I'm very diligent about my ends with this section because the top of my head is very frizzy. And definitely go top of the hair. Okay. Take more hair. It is so hot and humid in here, honestly. Whew. I'm surprised my hair is not a frizzy mess on top of my head. And also try to place the brush as close to the hair line as possible. Take another section. I have this section left, and I believe I'm just going to, well, I think I'll split it in two and do this one first.
Are you filming?
Yes. I had to pause for like a second. My husband wanted to know if I wanted Jimmy John's for lunch. Okay. Now, do you see that? Do you notice that? That doesn't look like the best hair, does it? But we'll take the brush and I run the brush over the where we started our hair, and everything is going to be smoothed out. Minutes, almost 17 minutes. Now I'm gonna brush my hair, and there you are, much nicer. So hot. Okay, now I want to fill my head. Okay, I'm still kind of wet here, and And I'm gonna go through this section and just run the Dyson to make sure my hair is smooth. And the one thing I do put in my hair is the Young Again Kevin Murphy oil. Just gonna take one pump, run it through my ends, well, through the whole length of the hair to be more exact. The second pump, run it this side through the back, and wow, 18 minutes 35 seconds, ladies. That's impressive. Still brushing my hair just to make sure. Amazing. Okay, 18 minutes, 15, let's call it 19 minutes, and look at the hair. I came in the living room to give you a better shot of my hair. Amazing. From dripping wet hair in 20 minutes to this. Yes, I also finished my makeup so I can look better on camera. I have another tutorial on how I use the Dyson Airwrap to curl my hair. I have the video right here, and I'm also going to link the video down below. I recommend you watch that video if you want to achieve curls that's going to last you for 4 days. Thank you, ladies. See you in the next video.